And hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm so excited to finally be back making videos again. I do apologise, it's been about 2-3 years now since I've last uploaded a video. I do apologise. So I thought we'd start by jumping on Farming Simulator, seeing how what you guys want to see from me in the future, what kind of games you want me to play and all that. So this is not the so I'm not playing in FS19 anymore. I am actually now in FS22. So we're currently just looking around to see what land we own and what we don't own. So we own a good bit of land. We own 3 fields and like a one kind of base area full of silos and things like that, and we have a harvester and a field ready to harvest. So I'm going to start by harvesting this field. We'll get this up and harvested, and then we're going to move to cultivating this field, and then this one needs seeding as well. So we've got a lot to do in this episode, so let's get going. We're going to start off by harvesting this field. I'm going to create a time lapse of this all together. So enjoy. Please leave a comment down below if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, leave a comment down below as well if you want as well. Thank you very much and enjoy. And that is the first bit of that field harvested. As the harvester gets completely full now, we'll just go and dump this all off in this silo, and then we'll get back to harvesting this next bit. I'm very curious to see what you guys will think of these videos. I'm going to be bringing out a lot more. So if you have anything you'd like to see in the future, any ideas, or anything that you think will make the videos better and make you want to watch them more, then please leave them in the comments below. I will answer each and every single comment that I get on this video, so feel free to leave a comment. I don't like to be one of those people who is constantly asking for subscribers and to subscribe and like the video. But if you think I deserved it, then like the video. If you enjoyed the video a lot, then maybe subscribe. But one thing I will say is make sure that bell notification is on, so you always know when we bring out another video. So we are completely empty in the harvester, and we'll be going back to harvest the rest of that field. So, right, we'll be going back out then. See you in a minute. And that is the entirety of that field completely harvested now, so, well, I say entirety. Am I going to miss that bit? No, I'm going to go back for that bit. I am doing the voiceovers again because I've realised that my voice is a bit quiet in these for some reason, so I've decided to go back and do the voiceovers again. So we're just going to go and dump off this last tiny bit of wheat in the silo. And then we're going to go and park up the harvester and get working on those other two fields that you see just in front of us. These videos, I'm going to try and make them around 20 minutes, but as I'm editing this I realised that might be a bit too much to ask for, so it might be a long video, it might not. Let me know in the comments below if you prefer it to be a long video, or if you prefer them to be quite short with a lot of time lapses and that in them, because I will do whatever you guys want me to do pretty much. So now I'm just going to completely disregard this road that's been made the other side of this silo and go straight driving onto the grass, of course. We're going to go and park this harvester, that's what I was looking for then, in the shed area. And I think we get the tractor back out as well. Get this tractor out with the trailer. But I do keep trying to figure out what this thing is that I'm parking up next to the harvester, and then I realise, oh, it's the thing that carries the header. Which is, if you don't know what the header is, it's the bit in front of the harvester that sucks all the plants and all that in. So we've got a tiny tractor. I'm just trying to work out everything that we get to get started with this field, with all these fields and all the items that we get. We get a cultivator, but I forgot what it was called, so I had to just go and double check what it was called, and lo and behold, it was a cultivator. So we started off just by cultivating a bit of this field, and then I got a bit bored halfway through, so I think I just decided to get a worker to do this for me while we tried to sell the wheat off. So we do a tiny strip down here, and then we get to selling off all the wheat. I am going to make this a kind of survival kind of setting, if that's what you want to call it, where there'll be no mods or anything like that, and we've got to work for all the money that we get. So completely basics and how the game was meant to be played, I suppose. If you ever play this game and you don't know some of the stuff that's in it, drop a comment down below asking what they are, because I might know what they are. I might not always know what it is and what it does, but I might know what it is, and when it does, you might learn something from it. So this is when I decide to sell off all the wheat. So what am I doing here? Oh yeah, so there's tiny stones that are in the field that are a bit of a pain, so I decided to turn that setting off altogether. In doing so, I turned off the help menu, even though I didn't really mean to do that. That does turn back on in a bit though. So we're just gonna finish this row, I think, and I'll find out this is really stupid and really boring. Let's go and make some money. Let's sell off this wheat. So in a minute I should go onto the menu and yeah, like we're going to do now, and we're going to see which is the best place to sell all of this wheat. So like I said earlier, I chose for the easiest mode for this game, so you start off with all the basic stuff. Haven't actually brought any equipment yet or done anything with the farm. You start off with all these pieces of land and this money and all the equipment that comes on it. So now we're going over to the silo and we're going to start filling up all the wheat into the trailer. And yeah. And then in a minute we're going to see which is the best place to sell all this off. For some reason, I don't know why, I always find it satisfying watching the wheat fill up the trailers really quickly. Waiting for the game to save. Very boring. Oh, I accidentally turned Fieldstones back on. Or is it still off? No, it's still off. Or is it on? I cannot see what that says. Anyway, so now we're just going to go and check where to sell this off, where's the best place to sell it. And it turns out it was the bottom one here. But I cannot pronounce that word for the life of me, so I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. So I decide, okay, we'll go and select that place. And then I find out it's all the way at the top of the map. When I say the top, I mean literally right on the edge of the map. So that was fun. So in a minute I will put a time lapse together and drive all the way up there. As you can see, going all the way up, it's this flashing one right at the top, all the way up to the top of the map. So we're all the way down here, by the way. It's just me showing you, and then I'm going to follow all this road all the way up and round to the top. So I'm going to stop talking here and I'm going to create a time lapse here, and I'll stop the time lapse when we get back up. This is just me getting a worker on this field to cultivate the rest of this field, to get it ready for seeding and rolling and fertilizing and all that stuff. But yeah, so I'll be back in a bit. Okay then, this is going to be fun to voice over. So, I got to this bit of the map and I realised that's where the sell point was, but it wasn't really a sell point. So, I can't even remember what I ended up doing. Accidentally drove into the end of the map, almost got myself stuck. I was just questioning whether I was going to got the right place. I did have the right place, but turns out you can't really sell it. So I checked down the bottom half of the map. I was like, okay, so the train comes back there. So they both were the same place. I was just checking that none of the places along the railway were called that. It turns out they weren't, which was really annoying. So now I'm just flicking through making sure that I got the right place. So I went for the next best option. And it turns out it was just down the road, I think. I think before that though I ended up, before that I ended up going to this place here and trying to sell it at this place, even though there was nowhere for me to dump it. So, tried dumping it here, realised it was wood shavings, moved on, and then went to this one. Didn't realise this one was wood shavings, which was completely the same thing, but it was. So I kept going. In a minute, I'm just trying to still work out where I'm going to sell this now. Oh, this is me putting the help menu back on after accidentally taking it off. So I continued to try and faff at this place. Realised I couldn't do it. Tried to reverse in with this trailer, and I absolutely hate this trailer because whenever you try to reverse, that happens. So what did I do? Drove straight into the wall and had to reverse out of it. So this was not my finest hour in Farmer Simulator, I will put it that way. Yeah, as you can see, absolutely crashing into everything. Still trying to reverse that without it doing that. I ended up giving up at this place and went to a place just down the road. So, I don't know what I'm doing here. I still don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, now I'm finding the place that sells the next bestseller, which ended up to be the highlighted space, which I still cannot read. So I continued on, found it on the map, found out it was very close to me, which was just up the road, so that was lucky. So I went straight there. Then, me being as stupid as I am, realised I was driving the wrong way, so I quickly made a U-turn and went back the other way. I will say I was quite impressed with that U-turn. Didn't hit a thing, which is unlike me because I'm not the best driver. So I was driving along, realised it was going to be a dirt road, realised it was going to be up at the top of this hill. So then I started contemplating, will this tractor make it up to the top of that hill? It did. It was a bit of a struggle, but it got up there. So then that, so the new thing they've added to F.S.22, well, it might be a new thing, it might have been in F.S.19 and I might not have noticed, but they've added in these green beacons now, so you know where you're going. There's a clear definition of it there, so it just shows you whereabouts it is and how far away it is from you visually, rather than on the map, because on the map it might look not so far away, but it is. So it's quite handy. So I ended up coming to the, I think it's the grain elevator, I think this was. And I just dumped it here. And for that we got around 8,000 and something, I think. We got a lot, I'll put it that way. But that money soon went down when I started buying equipment. Or is that 6,000? 777 or 99? I don't know. I'm not that good with numbers. Also, I'm quite far away from my screen at the moment, so I can't actually see it properly. So I'm just making my way back to the farm. So I'll possibly put another time lapse in. If not, we're just gonna sit out and watch me drive all the way down this hill. The one thing I find annoying about this game is you have to keep your foot on the pedal, even whilst going downhill. Like a tractor doesn't roll down the hill by itself, which I thought was a bit annoying. But apart from that, I absolutely love this game. So take a little detour or decoy, I don't know what one it is. I find a dirt road that's actually shorter than going all the way around. And it brings me out right by the farm shop. And I will say again, I am quite impressed that I haven't toppled over this tractor yet, because it is quite light and I do make some sharp turns. So it's not too much of a drive back to the farm. Cultivator's still cultivating and going along. But this time I decided to go for a different route. So I realised there was a train station just down by me, down at the bottom of the map. So I thought, you know what, we'll go to that one and see if we can figure out what one this one is. So I loaded up with the rest of the wheat in the trailer, which I thought would take a lot of trailers back and forth with the wheat, because I obviously thought I had more wheat than I did. So in a minute, which this is me just working out which way to go. So I end up just coming down. That's again the place that sells it the most. But it turns out that you have to load it onto hire the train, then load it onto the train, and then drive the train all the way to the end of the map until it kicks you off of the train, and then it gives you the option to sell what you've got on the train in that other place. Very confusing, I know. Worked out to be the most place where I'd get the most for it, so I decided to take it there. So I start by taking it to the railroad silo. If that's what, railroad, am I saying that right? Something like that anyway. And it basically just holds it in the station, and then you hire out a train, load it onto the train, drive the train to the end of the map, and it was quite fun. After I figured out what to do, just coming over to this tractor over here, after if you saw at the start the time lapse driving all the way up, I brought a seeder. Now I realise I did not need that seeder, so I think I'll go back in a minute and sell that seeder. This is me just checking it out, seeing if it is a seeder, just to make sure. And it turns out it was. Oh, this is me also working out what to plant. So the green is what you can plant and the yellow is what you can harvest. And obviously you got your months at the top and all the different crops down the left hand side. So I think I ended up going for canola on that field because it was ready to grow pretty much. It was just the start of that. We were a bit into the season, but it wasn't too late and it wasn't too early to start planting. It was just the right time. So I set that worker off while I went down to the train station to sell off all this wheat. And then this yellow car comes out of nowhere and literally bashes me into this tree. These AI drivers are crazy. Never want to get on the wrong side of them. So we make a short hop to the train station, but I quickly realised that I need to get over a river, so I end up coming back on myself to ride on the train track. I know that sounds risky, but I did it anyway. Managed to get over the other side, and I am going to cut straight to when I get to the train station. Can't even speak. Straight to when I get to the train station. I'll see you then. Right, so now we're just going to dump all the wheat here. After I did all the faffing about to get here. So we're dumping it all in. It goes in alright. Then I realise later, when I come back to get the tractor and the pickup, that I actually loaded it in to the place the wrong way. Like just down there. Ooh, I do apologise. It's a way for all the cars and all the tractors and that to go in to dump all the stuff. So now I'm just hiring the train out. So the train should be coming to me. I didn't realise it at first, and then it suddenly clicked. Oh, I have to drive this all the way to the end of the map. So now I was trying to see if I could just drive the train now. But no, you have to wait for the train to come to you, for you to then be able to drive it. I know, sounds very complicated. So anyway, I end up hiring out the train. I wait for it to get here, which didn't take too long. I thought it was going to go that way, like come from this side. But I was completely wrong, it ended up coming from behind me. I couldn't see the train on the map either. So I was like, oh, so it must be definitely coming from that way. I couldn't be more wrong. So I also realised now that I ended up driving all the way to the top of the map, but I could have just driven backwards with the train to this point here, and it still would have sold for the exact same amount. So it was a bit annoying that, but oh well, things happen. So now I'm just waiting for the train. Should get here in a minute. Check where it is. It's coming really close. It's really close. It's almost here, and then I realise it's coming from behind me. So it's slowing all the way down, and it stops literally right in front of us, which I thought was really impressive. So I ended up hopping in the train. I load in the wheat, and I get going. I am going to fast forward the speed up the train journey time. This is me trying to figure out how I'm loading in this wheat into this place. So I end up opening the cover eventually and filling the train with the rest of the wheat that I just dumped in, which wasn't a fat lot. I take it and I start driving the train, and at this point I'm just sped up the time a bit. Now we're driving through the map all the way up to the top. Like I said earlier, I could have just reversed to the end of the map that way and it would have saved a lot of time, but oh well, things happen. So there's that green beacon again, so I know where it is. So we are getting close. So then we get up to the top, and I slowly start to drive through the map towards the end of the map. So I'm driving all the way to the end of the map now, and it kicks me off and it says that. So it says at the bottom, do you want to sell all your stuff that's on a train, which was what I wanted to do, and I finally sell it all. I get £5,342 altogether for that one, which I thought was quite good. So now we go back and get the tractor, just checking that I am still not hiring the train. So now I'm driving the tractor all the way back. Also stopping the beacon from flashing up here because that is going to irritate me quite a bit. But then I have a complete meltdown trying to remember how to stop the beacon from happening. And then I remember, oh yeah, I'll just do the complete opposite of what I did earlier. Still me trying to figure this out. And finally we get there. So now these things that I'm driving through is where I should have unloaded the wheat to begin with. Didn't realise it at the time though. So now we're going to follow the road all the way up to the bridge. And the bridge comes out right to the farm. I have played on this map for a bit before, so I kind of know my way around this map. I always recommend, if you're starting up a game, that you open up the map first before you start going to play it seriously, just to know your whereabouts on the map, to know where to start. So we're going to hop over the bridge, and our farm's just on the right, this side. So now we're going to go and check on the workers and see how they're doing on the seeding and the cultivating. I think the cultivator stopped because he'd finished or something. We're just going to park the trailer up at the back of the silo and check on the fields. So that one's cultivated nicely and this one's seeding okay. It's a bit slow, but it is getting there. So now I'm just checking the yield bonus and what actually needs to be done on the field. This is also where my education of FS22 comes into play, as I now go to buy some sprayers. So I'm looking at all these sprayers and I'm thinking they're really expensive. I end up just buying the tanks. These are just extra tanks that you can have on. Didn't realise they don't spray anything. So I end up buying 2 of those eventually, and they don't work. They're literally just holding the liquid around for me, which is not that helpful. So now I'm going to find one a spreader. I wanted originally the spreader to be for lime, but then I brought the wrong one and it wouldn't do lime. So I went for the cheapest one. It ended up spraying some corn thing or something. I don't actually know what it was called. And now we're looking for... I don't know what we're looking for now. Rollers, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for some rollers. And finally we find the rollers in a minute. So close, and there we go. Obviously we go for the 41,000, not the 140,000 one. So we buy one of those. We take the 2 tractors. And the reason I'm doing this anyway is to improve the yield bonus. I don't even know what the yield bonus is, I'm not going to lie. It's got the word bonus in it. So bonus is a good word, so I'm just going to go along with it and see what happens. I'm going to speed up the rest of the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the last bit of footage that I made. This is me spreading the corn thing, whatever it's called, and then I'm going to put the rollers on the field. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you again next time. Goodbye.